aware of this, then it is easy to understand that all of the different mythologies, religions, and philosophies around the world, all of the different beliefs and ways of thinking are nothing but agreements with ourselves and with other humans. They are our creation. But are they true? Everything that exists is true. The earth is true. The stars are true. The entire universe has always been true. But the symbols that we use to construct what we know are only true because we say so. There's a beautiful story in the Bible that illustrates the relationship between God and humans. In this story, Adam and God are walking together around the world, and God asks Adam what he wants to name everything. One by one, Adam gives a name to everything he perceives. Let us call this a tree. Let us call this a bird. Let us call this a flower. And God agrees with Adam. The story is about the creation of symbols, the creation of an entire language, and it works by agreement. It is like two sides of the same coin. We can say that one side is pure perception, what Adam perceives. The other side is the meaning that Adam gives to whatever he perceives. There is the object of perception, which is the truth, and there is our interpretation of the truth, which is just a point of view. The truth is objective, and we call it science. Our interpretation of the truth is subjective, and we call it art. Science and art, the truth, and our interpretation of the truth. The real truth is life's creation, and it is the absolute truth because it is truth for everyone. Our interpretation of the truth is our creation, and it is a relative truth because it is only truth by agreement. With this awareness, we can begin to understand the human mind. All humans are programmed to perceive the truth, and we don't need a language to do this. But in order to express the truth, we need to use a language, and that expression is our art. It is no longer the truth because words are symbols, and symbols can only represent or symbolize the truth. For example, we can see a tree even if we don't know the symbol tree. Without the symbol, we just see an object. The object is real, it is truth, and we perceive it. Once we call it a tree, we are using art to express a point of view. By using more symbols, we can describe the tree, every leaf, every color. We can say it is a big tree, a small tree, a beautiful tree, a ugly tree. But is it the truth? No, the tree is still the same tree. Our interpretation of the tree will depend on our emotional reaction to the tree. And our emotional reaction will depend on the symbols that we use to recreate the tree in our mind. As you can see, our interpretation of the tree is not exactly the truth, but our interpretation is a reflection of the truth. And that reflection is what we call the human mind. The human mind is nothing but a virtual reality. It is not real. What is real is truth. What is truth for everyone. But the virtual reality is our personal creation. It is our art, and it is only truth for each one of us. All humans are artists, all of us. Every symbol, every word is a little piece of art. From my point of view, and thanks to our programming, our greatest masterpiece of art is the use of a language to create an entire virtual reality within our mind. The virtual reality we create could be a clear reflection of the truth, or it could be completely distorted. Either way, it is art. Our creation could be our personal heaven, or it could be our personal hell. It does not matter. It is art. But what we can do with the awareness of what is truth and what is virtual is endless. The truth leads to self mastery, to a life that is very easy. Our distortion of the truth often leads to needless conflict and human suffering. Awareness makes all the difference. Humans are born with awareness. We are born to perceive the truth. But we accumulate knowledge and we learn to deny what we perceive. We practice not being aware and we master not being aware. The word is pure magic, and we learn to use our magic against ourselves, against creation, against our own. kind. To be aware means to open our eyes to see the truth. When we see the truth, we see everything just as it is, not the way we believe it is, not the way we wish it to be. Awareness opens the door to millions of possibilities. And if we know that we are the artist of our own life, we can make a choice from all those possibilities. What I'm sharing with you comes from my personal training, which I call Toltec wisdom. Toltec is a neutral word meaning artist. From my point of view, to be Toltec has nothing to do with my. One second. One second. Sorry. I,
Do you want me to read, Maniji?
I press something. One second. Yeah, somebody can read from here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take up. I'll take up now, but if anyone wants to read, please put your names.
Can I go ahead, Mansi?
Yeah, yeah, Pranavi, go on, go on.
అక్కడ ముందర ఉంది చూడు. Yeah, just a moment. I'm just trying to, yeah. What I'm sharing with you comes from a personal training, which I call Toltec wisdom. Toltec is Nahuatl word meaning artist. From my point of view, to be a Toltec has nothing to do with any philosophy or place in the world. To be a Toltec has nothing to do with any philosophy or place in the world. To be a Toltec is just be an artist. A Toltec is an artist of the spirit. And as artists, we like beauty. We don't like what is not beauty. If we become better artists, our virtual reality becomes a better reflection of the truth, and we can create a masterpiece of heaven with our art. Thousands of years ago, the Toltec created masteries of the artist, the mastery of awareness, the mastery of transformation, and the mastery of love, intent, or faith. The separation is just for our understanding. Just a moment. Yeah. Because the three masteries become only one. The truth is only one. And the truth is what we are talking about. These three masteries guide us out of suffering and return us to our true nature, which is happiness, freedom, and love. The Toltec understood that we are going to create a virtual reality with or without awareness. If it's with awareness, we are going to enjoy our creation. And whether we facilitate the transformation or resist it, our virtual reality is always transforming. If we practice the art of transformation, soon we are facilitating the transformation. And instead of using our magic against ourselves, we are using our magic for the expression of our happiness and our love. When we master love, intent, or faith, we master the dream of our life. And when all these three masteries are accomplished, we reclaim our divinity and become one with God. This is the goal of Toltec. The Toltec didn't have any technology that we had at the present time. They did not know about the virtual reality of computers, but they knew how to master the virtual reality of the human mind. The mastery of the human mind requires complete control of the attention. The way we interpret and react to information we perceive from inside of us and outside of us. The Toltec understood that each one of us is just like God, but instead of creating, we recreate. And what do we recreate? What we perceive. That is what becomes a human mind. If we can understand what the human mind is and what the human mind does, we can begin to separate reality from the virtual reality or pure perception, which is truth, from symbology, which is art. Self mastery is all about awareness and it begins with self awareness. First, to be aware of what is real, and then to be aware of what is virtual, which means what we believe about what is real. With this awareness, we know that we can change what is virtual by changing what we believe. What is real, we cannot change, and it does not matter what we believe. Yeah. People who are interested can go for the reading. I'm okay with anything.
I don't see any names, so I think if you want to continue, you can.
Okay.
Anyone
The,
wants to read? I think
have a
you
question
continue,
here.
Pranali. People will
the
type their names if
first,
they want.
yeah, the first agreement, be impeccable with your word. For thousands of years, humans have tried to understand the universe, nature, and mainly human nature. It's amazing to observe humans in action all around the world, in all different places and cultures that exist on this beautiful planet Earth. Humans make a lot of effort to understand, but in doing so, we also make a lot of assumptions. As artists, we distort the truth and create the most amazing theories. We create entire philosophies and the most amazing religions. We create stories and superstitions about everything, including ourselves. And this is exactly the main point we create then. Humans are born with the power of creation. Just a moment. Yeah, power of just a second. Yeah. Humans are born with the power of creation, and we are constantly creating stories with the words that we learned. Every one of us uses the word to form our opinions, to express our point of view. Countless events are happening all around us. And using the attention, we have the capacity to put all these events together in a story. We create the story of our own life, the story of our family, the story of our community, the story of our country, the story of humanity, and the story of the entire world. Every one of us has a story that we share, a message that we deliver to ourselves and to everyone and everything around us. You were programmed to deliver a message, and the creation of what message is your greatest art. What is the message? Your life. With that message, you create mainly the story of you and then a story about everything you perceive. You create an entire virtual reality in your mind and you live in that reality. When you think, you're thinking in your language, you're repeating in your mind all those symbols that mean something to you. You're giving yourself a message, and that message is the truth for you because you believe that's the truth. The story of you is everything that you know about you. And when I say this, I'm talking to you. Knowledge, what you believe you are, and not you. The human, what you really are. As you can see, I can make a distinction between you and you because one of you is real and one of you is not real. You, the physical form, are real. You are the truth. You, knowledge, you are not real. You are virtual. You only exist because of the agreements you made with yourself and with the other humans around you. You, knowledge, come from symbols you hear in your head, from all the opinions of the people you love, the people you don't love, the people you know, and mostly the people you'll never know. Who is talking in your head? You make assumptions that that's it you. But if you are the one who is talking, then who is listening? You, knowledge, are the one who is talking in your head, telling you what you are. You, the human, are listening, but you, the human, existed long before you had knowledge. You existed long before you understood all those symbols, before you learned to speak. And just like any child, before he or she learns to speak, you were completely authentic. You did not pretend to be what you are not. Without even knowing it, you trusted yourself completely. You loved yourself completely. Before you learned knowledge, you were totally free to be what you really are because all those opinions and stories from other humans were not in your head already. Your mind is full of knowledge, but how are you using that knowledge? How are you using the word when it comes to describing yourself? When you look at yourself in a mirror, do you like what you see? Or do you judge your body and use all the symbols to tell yourself lies? Is it really true that you're too short or too tall, too heavy or too thin? Is it really true that you're not beautiful? Is it really true that you're not perfect just the way you are? Can you see all the judgments that you have about yourself? Every judgment is just an opinion. It's just a point of view. And that point of view was not there when you were born. Everything you think about yourself, everything you believe about yourself is because you learned it. You learned the opinions from mom, dad, siblings, and society. They sent all those images of how a body should look. They expressed all those opinions about the way you are, the way you are not, the way should be. They delivered a message and you agreed with that message. And now you think so many things about what you are. But are they your truth? You see, the problem is not really knowledge. The problem is believing in a distortion of knowledge. And that is what we call a lie. What is the truth and what is a lie? What is real and what is virtual? Can you see the difference, or do you believe that voice in your head every time it speaks and distorts the truth while assuring you that what you believe is the way things really are? Is it really true that you're not a good human and that you will never be good enough? Is it really true that you don't deserve to be happy? Is it really true that you are not worthy of love? Remember, when a tree was no longer just a tree, once you learn a language, you interpret a tree and judge a tree according to everything that you know. That's when a tree becomes the beautiful tree, the ugly tree, the scary tree, the wonderful tree. Well, you do the same thing with yourself. You interpret yourself and judge yourself according to everything that you know. That's when you become the good human, the bad human, the guilty one, the crazy one, the powerful one, the weak one, the beautiful one, the ugly one. You are what you believe you are. Then the first question is, what do you believe you are? If you use your awareness, you will see everything you believe, and this is how you live your life. Your life is totally dominated by the system of beliefs that you learned. Whatever you believe is creating the story that you are experiencing. Whatever you believe is creating the emotions that you are experiencing. And you may really want to believe that you are what you believe, but the image is completely false. It's not you. The real you is unique and it's beyond everything that you know because the real you is the truth. You, the human, are the truth. Your physical presence is real. What you believe about yourself is not real. And it's not important unless you want to create a better story for yourself. Truth or fiction. Either way, the story that you are creating is a work of art. It's a wonderful story, a beautiful story, but it's just a story and it's as close to the truth as you can get by using symbols. As an artist, there is no right or wrong way to create your art. There is just beauty or there is no not beauty. There is happiness or there is not happiness. If you believe yourself to be an artist, then everything becomes possible again. Words are your paintbrush, and your life is a canvas. You can paint whatever you want to paint. You can even copy another's artist's work. But what you express with your paintbrush is the way you see yourself, the way you see the entire reality. What you paint is your life, and how it looks will depend upon how you are using the word. When you realize this, it may dawn on you that the word is a powerful tool for creation. When you learn to use the tool with awareness, you can make history with the word. What history? Your life's history, of course. The story of you. Thank you all.
Okay. I don't see any names. Anyone wants to read or I can read? I think I'll just read. Yeah. The first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. This brings us to the first and most important of the four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. The word is your power of creation, and that power can be used in more than one direction. One direction is impeccability, where the word creates a beautiful story, your personal heaven on earth. The other direction is misuse of the word, where the words destroy everything around you and creates your personal hell. The word as a symbol has the magic and power of creation because it can reproduce an image, an idea, a feeling, or an entire story in your imagination. Just hearing the word horse can reproduce an entire image in your mind. That's the power of a symbol. But it can even be more powerful than that. Just by saying two words, the Godfather, a whole movie can appear in your mind. This is your magic, your power of creation, and it begins with the word. Perhaps you can understand why the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. According to many religions, in the beginning nothing existed, and the very first thing that God created was the messenger, the angel who delivers a message. You may understand the need for something that could transfer information from one place to another place. Of course, from nowhere to nowhere to nowhere, or it is yeah, now here, I don't know. Seems a little complicated, but it's very simple at the same time. In the very beginning, God created the word, and the word is a messenger. Then, if God created the word to deliver a message, and if the word is a messenger, then that is what you are, a messenger, an angel. The word exists because of a force that we call life, intent, or God. The word is the force, it is the intent, and that's why our intent manifests through the word no matter what language we speak. The word is so important in the creation of everything because the messenger starts to deliver messages and the entire creation appears out of nowhere. Remember God and Adam talking and walking together? God creates reality and we recreate reality with the word. The virtual reality that we create is a reflection of reality. It is our interpretation of reality by use of the word. Nothing can exist without the word because the word is what we use to create everything that we know. If you notice, I'm changing all the symbols on purpose so you can see that the different expression mean the exact same thing. The symbols can change, but the meaning is the same in all the different traditions around the world. If you listen to the intent behind the symbols, you will understand that what I'm trying to say. Impeccability of the word is so important because the word is you, the messenger. The word is all about the message you deliver, not just to everyone and everything around you, but the message you deliver to yourself. You're telling yourself a story, but is it the truth? If you're using the word to create a story with self judgment and self rejection, then you're using the word against yourself and you're not being impeccable. When you're impeccable, you're not going to tell yourself, I'm old, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm good enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm never going to make it in life. You're not going to use your knowledge against yourself, which means your voice of knowledge is not going to use the word to judge you, find you guilty, and punish you. Your mind is so powerful that it perceives the story that you create. If you create self judgment, you create inner conflict that's nothing but a nightmare. Your happiness is up to you and it depends on how you use the word. If you get angry and use the word to send emotional poison to someone else, it appears that you are using the word against that person, but you're really using the word against yourself. That action is going to create a like reaction. and that person is going to go against you. If you insult someone, that person may even harm you in a response. If you use a word to create a conflict in which your body may be injured, of course it's against you. Okay, I'm just waiting. I'm just scrolling to see. Okay, this is Miss First. Be impeccable with your word. Really means never use the power of the word against yourself. When you're impeccable with your word, you never betray yourself. You never use the word to gossip about yourself or to spread emotional poison by gossiping about other people. Gossiping is the main form of communication in human society, and we learn how to gossip by agreement. When we are children, we hear the adults around us gossiping about themselves and giving their opinions about other people, including people they don't even know. But now you are aware that our opinions are not the truth, they are just a point of view. Remember, you are the creator of your own life story. If you use the word impeccably, just imagine the story that you are going to create for yourself. You're going to use the word in the direction of truth and love for yourself. You're going to use the word to express the truth in every thought, in every action, in every word you use to describe yourself, to describe your own life story and what will be the result. An extraordinarily beautiful life. In other words, you are going to be happy. As you can see, impeccability of the word goes much deeper than it seems. The word is pure magic, and when you adopt the first agreement, magic just happens in your life. Your intentions and desires come easily because there is no resistance, there is no fear, there is only love. You are at peace and you create a life of freedom and fulfillment in every way. Just this one agreement is enough to completely transform your life into your personal heaven. Always be aware of how you are using the word and be impeccable with your word. Okay, we stop here and we open up for discussion and then we'll read the other part from tomorrow. Okay, now the agreements have started. The four agreements also. Yeah, go on. Anyone wants to add or share something? What did you
I had a
understand from
question.
today's? Yeah, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So my question is, we just read the four agreements. So we are reading again the four agreements and then a fifth one, or and from the same author? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the. I don't recollect the name of the author
Your
of the four
voice is
agreements.
not
That's
very clear somehow, Sunita. I don't know why.
I have a
You
cold.
are
I have a
audible?
cold.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, please repeat. Sorry.
So we are reading the four agreements again, and fifth will be an addition to this. It is a continuation of the previous book, or is it different author?
No, it is the
That
same.
was
It
my
is a
question.
new book, but the way the author has written it, he is not introducing the fifth agreement. He will introduce it to us in the part two of the book. In the first part, he only repeats the four agreements and explains, I think, a little further about
Acha,
them.
what we read.
Or maybe for a
Okay,
new reader, he's kept that format. I don't know. So
okay. So
it's just one smaller chapters. One by one, he'll taking us through that again. So maybe for someone who has not read the four agreement can also understand somewhat. Like I think it's for that purpose as a
Acha.
revision.
So what my taboo was that I don't remember going through this thought process when we were reading the four agreements initially, but here I um got a lot of NLP correlation in the way he started the perceptions bit of it and how we are perceiving the world, the definition of what you as a person and how you come in agreement with the other person that you're having a conversation with. So a lot of NLP and what we understand from NLP and perceptions and all. So that is what I was reminded of when we were going through the reading today.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. Do you want to share what you want to relate from NLP and today, like something that you felt are relatable?
Just the concept of how our perceptions and beliefs form the basis of how we react to the world. I have that sore throat, so I try to not talk too much. Mm. But yeah, that stuck with me.
Yeah, the first main concept of NLP about man is a meaning making machine. So that is what this author is calling like symbols, and how we are making meaning and creating symbols, something like that, right? So yeah, very true. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Anyone else? Please add. Please add whatever you feel. Any doubts, anything you want to add. Personally, I felt a little complicated. Like these, I felt this book has a different. Maybe it's now it's like a sequel. So the author is also taking us a little higher on the level of understanding. I felt it like I was on this impression, my God, how has he even able to simplify all of this? Like, and it felt a little complicated to me. So yeah, although he tried his best to simplify it in the terms of words and all of that. Yeah. Anyone else wants to add? Please do. And if we try to reflect its truth, right? Like how we actually every letter is a symbol that we're taught and in the beginning, and we just learn it. It's nothing but a symbol. That's so true. And the way he's explained it, I wonder how he managed to do that. But yeah. So yeah, go on. Anyone wants to add something? Did you understand the chapter? Anything, any doubts, anything you want to speak out? Feel free. Even if you've not understood anything, feel free to ask. Maybe someone might help you understand it over here. Are you liking it? Share something. Yeah, everyone is so silent today. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you
I'm
are
audible.
audible. And I agree with you that I also found this a little bit more complicated and
Yeah,
not very
I felt
straightforward. The
four
four
agreements
agreements,
was,
the initial book was very straightforward.
yeah, it was very easy to understand compared to this. This is a, like, I felt a little round, like, I don't know, mind boggling type of little bit. So yeah, we'll understand it maybe going forward.
Like
And
I want to add something.
this is by two authors, right? Like that was just by one. This here the son is also involved, I guess. Yeah, Manishi, go on.
See, actually, today's reading, the author is trying to convey that, like through symbols and we assign meaning to the words, like what we uh, what we want to assign. So basically, through the symbols, he says that we assign meaning to the words that we speak, and one more thing is he's telling about the belief system. Sometimes we assign meaning to the words through the symbols and the way how we believe them to be what they are. So the meaning is like from from different ways. He's trying to focus on the belief system. What we believe a symbol should represent, the power of word and things like that. So it is all about our belief system and how we perceive the meaning from the symbols is based on our belief system. We are taught from our experience of life through college, through education, through our surroundings, and so many things like that. So basically, the author is trying to convey that we are what we are today is based on our belief system. So we might believe something to be true or something to be false based on our belief system. So like in aligning with that agreements, four agreements, he's just trying to emphasize that our agreements of life are created based on our belief system and based on our feelings. So everything is revolving around that. So that's what my understanding of today's reading. So our feelings about the symbols, we assign the words to we assign the word through those symbols, basically the meaning of the words through those symbols. And based on our belief system, how we have perceived the world so far, like what we are today. So it's all about our feelings, like how we feel when we speak those, when we make the meaning of the word through those symbols. And it is all based on our feeling and belief system. So that's what my understanding is. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, very true, very true. In fact, that's what he's trying to tell us, that uh, we as a physical body and our mind, or what we understand or don't understand also, it's all truth, but our perceptions, our knowledge, what we have gained are the symbols that he's calling, right? So that's what I understand. Very true. Yeah. I think that was the only gist in the whole thing that we read. And as he comes to the first agreement, he talks about how we have to be very, very careful about our words, because they can be so self harming or self uh, nourishing. So you have to be very careful about them. So he emphasizes on that as he explains the first agreement again. So yeah. Anything else anyone wants to add or share? If no, we can also close a little early, because if we want to just reflect upon what we have read, it is a little deep, I feel. Or we can stop for today and then we can continue with the reading tomorrow. I'm just curious to read the fifth agreement, about the fifth agreement. But yes, he is taking us through all the four again. Like tomorrow, we'll be reading the second one. So, anyone wants to add something, or we can stop?
I
I
I want to add
share.
like, yeah. So see, basically through these today's reading, like the power of symbols and our belief system, the author is basically emphasizing that don't accept the things that we perceive from our surroundings, our upbringing, and so many things like that. We need to get into the details of the things that we focus on, like it's just like be impeccable with your word and be skeptical. Don't take the things as it is. We need to deep dive into the complete picture, like what we are trying to perceive in so many different ways. It's just like thinking, evolving, getting better at it. So don't take things just like that. We need to get into the detail of the thing, understand it completely from all different perspective, and don't take anything granted, and don't take anything personally. We need to understand the complete concept of what we focus on, whether it is our day-to-day personal professional things like that. So don't take anything just as it is. Sometimes we are influenced by uh, you know our family, our surroundings, our teachers, and our professional environment. See, the thing is, everybody is different. Everybody has their own perception. Everybody has their own agreement of life. So, just to align with our own agreement of life, we need to completely understand the concept of what we are trying to think about something. So, the point is to have a complete understanding of the topic, or any agreement, or any concept of life, and then make a decision out of it based on your own like complete understanding that aligns with your own agreement of life. So it's just like a good philosophical approach of understanding it completely. And when we understand it completely, then we have a better control of the situation, and then we can be fully aligned with our own agreement of life. So I
Yeah.
think
So,
that's what I put
about
it. Yeah.
personally, he will talk a little more, I think, taking things personally or not in the third agreement or second agreement that will come. But yeah, what I understand a little bit, trying to put into words about this, is basically all the things that we are told, like the name of objects like tree, as a given example, tree, sun, moon, whatever, are the names that we have given as humans to these elements or things, for our own convenience of communication, of making each other understand, and helping each other understand what we are trying to, as the author says, our opinions. are projections of things, and they are all including our name. So we are beyond our name. So basically it's all about understanding that all of these are symbols, as he says, and these are names given for our own convenience. But otherwise, what I understand is he's trying to tell us that we are all beyond all of these names that we and the language that we talked, and it's all, and mainly the thing is, it's all about the natural qualities that we are born with, like the power of creation, having intentions, and all of these. That we also read this book, Power of Intention. In that, the author talks about how intention connects us with the divine, and so many things. So yeah, I just understand this much from today's chapter, to be honest. Yeah, and I think that's how uh, it works. So yeah, Pranavi, please do add. Anyone wants to simplify anything from the chapter is most welcome, because it was a little complicated for everyone's understanding per se. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Pranavi, go on.
Actually, while I was reading somewhere, I sensed the essence of Satya, the reality. So, I mean, the author is trying his best level to make us understand what is that reality, what is that authenticness. And second step, what he was trying to emphasize is all these days we have done agreements unconsciously, and to create our own world. That too, if you wanted to change, in order to create our own creative world, we will do it in a conscious way. All these agreements, knowingly or unknowingly, are groomed or framed on us by the society and the parents and all that. When that is working, when that belief system is working, we can make our own conscious agreements. So obviously, even this will also work. And the first step for it is usage of the words. That's what I understood in short. Thank you all.
Yeah, that was great point. Thank you for pointing that. Yes, very true. I agree 100% with what you said. So yeah, that's what he is trying to help us understand, that we are picking things up and we have been picking them since a childhood, and it's important that not now we consciously choose, helping us help. It's very complicated, right, to even make us understand that whatever we have been learning and understanding so far is just as he calls a symbol or just a projection, and we need to break out of it. Yes, very true, very true. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone wants to add something, or we can just leave and stop the this thing, because otherwise if we just keep on talking to fill in time, then it will dilute the learning unnecessarily, because we are I understand that we are somewhere trying to all reflect upon this, what we have read, because this is very new to our mind, maybe, right? We are trying to understand, we're trying to process the information as of now. So let's stay
And
with it.
one last thing is the author is intelligently trying to precisely work on the first agreement again. That is again the impeccable of the words. So to start this
Yeah.
particular process of to create your own world, you need to be very precise with the words usage. That is another thing I have noticed. And thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree. And in fact, I liked how he shared about that all words are also symbols, right? Like they are they have no meaning, and maybe in every language, the way Manishji was reading, he pointed, right? Like we don't understand anything if anything is written in a different language altogether. They're just symbols to our eyes. We don't understand a word. We just understand. We don't derive any meaning out of it. So ultimately, we have to reach to this point where we challenge the meanings that we have been taught, and we think out of that. So yeah, that is this is a very spiritual type of book. So maybe he's taking us to that level where he's trying to his best to take us to think beyond the words or meanings or whatever we have learned and understood. So yeah, let's reflect upon it. Maybe as we go further in the readings and the understanding of these further chapters, by the time we reach the fifth agreement, we'll be in a better position to understand what we are reading. So let's go with the book and let's just surrender to it. So yeah, I think we are done. So let's stop today, and we'll see you all tomorrow. And we will start sharp at 7. So we'll try to start at 7 or the maximum of 7 or 5. So I would highly request everyone that we're starting early now. So do join in sooner so we understand things better, or we get the complete essence of what we are reading. So yeah, thank you. Whoever can, please do. Who someone have any commitment, I do understand. Others, I'm just insisting because the timing is changed. It will take us a little while to adjust to the new time. So it will be 7 to 8 now. Thank you everyone. Bye bye. See you all tomorrow.
See you all. Thank you.
Tomorrow
Bye
will be the
bye.
last day of the week. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.